In this section we're going to be graphing functions. So let's look at the first example, graphing solutions given a domain. We are given the equation negative x plus 2y equals 6. And we are given the domain values of negative 4, negative 2, 0, and 2. We want to start by isolating the y variable in our equation. So to start off, what we need to do is we need to add x to both sides in order to eliminate the x on the left side. So when we do this, we're left with 2y equals 6 plus x. In order to get rid of the 2 next to the y, we would have to divide the left side by 2. If we divide the left side by 2, we have to divide the right side by 2. When we divide the left side by 2, 2y divided by 2 gives us 1y, so y equals, and you have to remember that the 2 is going to divide both the 6 and the x individually. So 6 divided by 2 is going to equal 3, and x divided by 2 can be left as x over 2. Now, using this equation, we're going to produce our y values. So we're going to use a chart, and in the left column we're going to put our x values, which are our domain values. So we got negative 4, negative 2, 0, and 2. Now we're going to plug each x value into the equation we have created for the x value. So our first x value, negative 4, let's plug it in. So y equals 1/2 times negative 4 plus 3. Now the next one's going to be y equals 1/2 times negative 2 plus 3. And the next one's going to be 1/2 times 0 plus 3. The fourth one is going to be 1/2 times 2 plus 3. Now we can create ordered pairs in the right column. When we do y equals 1/2 times negative 4 plus 3, we get negative 2 plus 3, which equals positive 1. Y equals 1/2 times negative 2 would give us a negative 1 plus 3, which would equal 2. Y equals 1/2 times 0 equals 0 plus 3, which would give us a 3. And when we do 1/2 times 2, we get 1 plus 3, which is 4. Now we can create ordered pairs in the right column using both our x and y values now. So we have negative 4, 1. We have negative 2, 2. We've got 0, 3. And we have 2, 2. We can now graph these ordered pairs. 2, 4, sorry. We can graph these ordered pairs on the coordinate grid. Let's start with the first one, negative 4, 1. Start at the origin, go to the negative 4 on the left, and then go one space up. Then negative 2, start at the origin, go 2 to the left and 2 up. 0, 3, because it's a 0, you stay at the origin and then go 3 units up. 2, 4, go 2 units to the right and then 4 units up. And you can connect these with a straight line. Now we're going to look at an example of graphing a function when we are not given the domain values. So we're given the function y equals x squared. What we want to do is we want to pick our own x values or domain values. So we're going to pick 0, 1, 2, negative 1, and negative 2. we're going to use the chart in order to separate our x value, the equation, and then the y value. So we're going to use -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. Now we want to plug each x value into the equation, so we're going to get y equals -3 to the power of 2, -2, y equals -2 to the power of 2, y equals -1 to the power of 2, y equals 0 to the power of 2, y equals 1 to the power of 2, and y equals 2 to the power of 2. Now we're going to go ahead and solve each of these equations. The first one is going to be 9. -2 squared is going to be 4. -1 squared is going to be 1. 0 squared is going to be 0. 1 squared is going to be 1. And 2 squared is going to be 4. Now we can create our ordered pairs in the right column. Our first ordered pair is going to be -3, 9, then -2, 4, then -1, 1, 0, 0, then 1, 1, and finally 2, 4. We can now graph these coordinates on the graph. So let's start with the -3, 9. Go 3 units to the left from the origin, and then 9 units up. Then we're going to do -2, 4, which is 2 units from the left of the origin, and then 4 units up. Then you want to do -1, 1, which is 1 unit left and 1 unit up. Then 0, 0 is going to be on the origin. 1, 1 is going to be 1 unit right, 1 unit up. 2, 4 is going to be 2 units to right and 4 units up. We can now connect all of these dots with a nice curve. When graphing a function and you're not given domain values or x values, you want to use values around 0, so usually a few positive values above 0 and a few negative values below 0.